Stardew Valley is how a simple game became timeless. In an industry obsessed with scale, spectacle, and constant reinvention, Stardew Valley stands as a quiet contradiction, a pixel art farming game created almost entirely by one person, released years ago with no aggressive marketing, no live service hooks, and no pressure to keep players endlessly engaged. And yet Stardew Valley refuses to fade. Year after year it continues to sell, it continues to attract new players, it continues to feel relevant. The question is no longer how it succeeded, but why it never stopped succeeding. It didn't ask players to compete. It didn't punish mistakes. It didn't rush anyone. Instead, it offered a simple promise. Come here. Take your time. That promise resonated more deeply than anyone expected. Freedom without pressure. At its core, Stardew Valley is about choice, but unlike many modern games, those choices are not optimized, ranked, or judged. You can farm efficiently. You can fish all day. You can ignore profit entirely and decorate your house. You can socialize, you can stay alone. The game never tells you that you're playing it wrong. There are goals, yes, but they are invitations, not demands. This creates a rare sense of ownership. Players don't feel like they're completing tasks designed by a system. They feel like they're living inside a routine they chose for themselves. Progress that feels human. Progress in Stardew Valley is slow but meaningful. Crops grow over days. Relationships develop gradually. Seasons change whether you're ready or not. This rhythm mirrors real life in subtle ways. You don't rush through it, because rushing defeats the point. Unlike many games where progression is about power, Stardew Valley's progression is about comfort, about turning something broken into something livable, about improving a space, not conquering it. That emotional framing matters, and a world that feels safe. Pelican Town is not a grand fantasy setting. It's small, familiar, predictable, and that's exactly why it works. Characters have routines, shops close, festivals return every year. There is something deeply reassuring about a world that doesn't revolve entirely around the player, but still welcomes them. NPCs aren't just quest dispensers, they have flaws, habits, and quiet arcs that unfold over time. For many players, Stardew Valley became a place to return to, not to escape reality, but to recalibrate. Depth without complexity. Stardew Valley has layers, farming systems, crafting, relationships, combat, secrets, but none of these layers overwhelm the player. Everything is introduced gradually. Nothing demands mastery. The game trusts players to discover systems organically, at their own pace. This makes Stardew Valley unusually accessible. New players feel welcomed, while experienced players continue to find depth years later. That balance is extremely difficult to achieve, and rarely accidental. And Reiki, a game made with care, not strategy, part of Stardew Valley's enduring popularity comes from something you can't easily quantify: intent. Players know this game was made with care, not as a product designed to capture attention metrics, but as a personal project shaped by love for the genre. That authenticity is felt in every small detail, in the music, in the writing, in the way the game never tries to sell you something you don't need. Even years after release, updates arrive not because they were profitable, but because the creator wanted to improve the experience. That built trust, and trust turns into loyalty. Why Stardew Valley still matters. Stardew Valley didn't become timeless by trying to be endless. It became timeless by being complete. It respects the player's time. It respects their pace. It respects their need for calm. In a medium increasingly defined by urgency and monetization, Stardew Valley remains popular because it offers something rare, a game that feels like it's on your side. That's why people keep returning. That's why new players keep discovering it. And that's why, years later, Stardew Valley still feels alive. Not because it demands attention, but because it earns it.